Hi, everybody. It's Stephanie Parra, Government Relations Director with the Arizona Education Association, coming at you live. I'm actually at home this evening, so we're back. We're going to start doing our weekly legislative updates. So this is the first week of the legislative session, so I am back to give you guys a quick update on a recap of what happened this week at the legislature. So it was opening week of the legislative session, and we heard the governor's state of the state on Monday. And the Senate Education Committee actually started off pretty controversial already this week with a controversial sex education bill. Was proposed to be on the calendar this week. Fortunately, though, President Fan did not first read or assign the bill. Therefore, it appears to be dead for now, but we were down there opposing Senate Bill 1082 with a lot of stakeholders who were also opposed to the bill. But we'll have to continue to monitor the issue because it's being kind of being tossed around as a political issue down at the Capitol in both the Senate and the House. So we're definitely going to keep a close eye on anything related to sex education and controversial issues that essentially are targeting LGBTQ youth, and being discriminatory in nature. So just to give you all a sense of kind of calendars for the legislative session, so we will continue to have House Education Committees will meet on Mondays at 2 o'clock or after floor. And then the Senate Education Committee will continue to meet on Tuesday afternoons. So it's usually 2 o'clock or after floor. The next week is Martin Luther King Day on Monday. The legislature has decided not to be in session on Monday. So there will not be a House Education Committee hearing on Monday, but I was told by Chairwoman Udall that she will be holding a special hearing next week on Thursday, January 23rd, after floor. So that'll be at 2 o'clock. Essentially. So don't have a calendar for that yet, but we do know that House Ed will meet next week, but it will be on Thursday instead of Monday. Senate Education will meet on Tuesday afternoon. There are 4 bills on the calendar. 2 bills to note. One is related to educator discipline, and specifically it's looking at non-certificated employees. So there was a lot of media coverage over the summer around loopholes in the system, folks that were able to stay employed in schools as non-certificated employees, and they had allegations or a history of misconduct with minors. And so that's essentially what this bill is attempting to address, is the issue that was covered pretty extensively by the Arizona Republic over the summer. Then there's also a bill related to special education funding. It funds Group B weights, and so those are 2 bills on the calendar, but there are a total of 4. And then the governor did release his budget today, so that was made public. The proposed budget does include an extensive amount of focus on K-12 education. I credit all of our members for all of the advocacy work over the last couple of sessions to really move this governor from proposing a 2% raise over 5 years to actually finishing out the 20 by 20 plan in this budget. So the teacher pay proposal is in here. You have an accelerated restoration of additional assistance, building renewal grants are funded. There's funding for the school safety program again. But the governor continues to do, these pet projects, if you will. So we have the results-based funding, or we like to call it test-based funding, that will continue to be expanded to the tune of $35 million this year. So now results-based funding is over $100 million. That is money that could be put into the baseline for salaries, class sizes, and other, address other critical resources, but instead it's going to test-based funding. So I still have to do a deeper analysis on the governor's budget. So I will work on that, not me. I will work on that over the weekend and get you all a summary of the budget early next week. I do want you all to remember, though, this is just a proposal at this point, because the governor has to now negotiate with the legislature and work out a deal to essentially have our final budget. And Senate Republicans released their own budget today as well. So that indicates, and they have been saying that they've been doing their work on the budget behind the scenes, and they made that public this afternoon as well. They haven't done that before, so it demonstrates that they're wanting to work proactively and kind of stay ahead of the governor, but not give in to all of the requests. So we will see kind of where the negotiations take us and where we land. Again, just a reminder that a lot of work still has to happen in order for us to get a final budget. So even though we send out a summary with the proposed budget, it's not final until members actually vote on it, and that will take a lot of time throughout the legislative session. So we will keep you all updated. And stay tuned to the weekly updates. If you haven't signed up, you can go to arizonaea.org/legislative update and sign up for the weekly update that we send out electronically. You can also get the video training on how to sign up for the request to speak system and how to use the request to speak system. So all of those tools are available to you on our website. And just stay engaged and informed this legislative session to make sure that we get more resources to our classrooms. Thank you all. Have a great weekend and enjoy your 3-day holiday. Bye.